All right, rise and shine. Oh my gosh, I'm recovering from Toronto, Dad. I just woke up from a 12-hour nap. Are you well rested, my
A
friend?
12-hour nap, he says, guys.
Yes. Oh my God, my body, my brain, everything is aching. We took a COVID test to get back. I felt like I recovered from COVID. Fortunately, I tested negative. You and me both.
I think I have it. I think I
I
have
know,
it.
but
They
thank
just didn't
God.
want me to be in the country.
Oh my God, but I'm just glad to be back, dude. I mean, I loved Canada. The people were great. I wish we could have explored longer, but I'm just glad to be back home to my girlfriend. I'm sure you're glad to be back to your wife and daughter.
Oh, it's good to be
in your
home.
bed.
After that experience at the Toronto show. It's good to be home. I'm not gonna lie. Jordan's in the room. Jordan can confirm everything.
Our other business partner for the weekend, Jordan.
Yeah, everything we're about to say tonight, Jordan will confirm for us. But yeah, it was rough. You know, it was just, like the combination of the crowd, the lack of sales, the difference in culture, and the travel and the COVID hanging over our head. All of that just like really, it took a lot out of me.
Right, and it didn't start off on the right foot when I got there on Thursday. We'll talk about much of that later.
Before we get into it, we're gonna give you guys a whole breakdown of the trip, what it was like. We're gonna complain about all that stuff, so just prepare for that. But let's just say hello to some people real quick here.
Of course, we have Jordan, very first person. He goes, "Hello, Marty and Dan." We'll talk about who Marty is. Looking forward to hearing about your time in Toronto. Jordan's with us. The three amigos, the three American amigos for the weekend. Jordan, Dan, and I.
Yeah, so I got this like glare on me. Sorry, I got it.
Where's that from? You got it's a light reflection. It's a sunlight coming from the window, and it's hitting either part on your laptop or something.
Oh, okay. Is that how it's working? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I'll just no, it's still there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's gonna go away, guys. All right, but we'll fix that later. Okay. Oh, Merle World Cards Canada.
Dude, did we meet you? I don't even know. Do you even live in Canada? Like, you never came to our table, or did you? The mystery eludes me. Please,
who is this guy?
Man, I don't know. Did you give us a gift? I don't know.
Yeah.
But oh my God, the people in Canada were great. We met a lot of our fans, viewers. We made a lot of friends. So the people were A+. That's for sure. So thank you all. Ryan Sanford, welcome back, fellas. Thank you, Ryan. Aaron, feed the gods. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, Dan, Aaron. Adrian, good to hear from Adrian. Hey guys, welcome back. Jonathan, welcome back. It was a long trip back. God, I felt like I was coming back from Europe, to be honest with you. Jordan, it was a journey. Did you get back home safely, Jordan? Did you rest? I know. Did you even have to go back to work on Monday? God, I hope you didn't. Card Market Media. Spurs super fan. Was it all hockey cards? Oh, my God.
It was like 90%.
I'd say it was 95%. Did you guys do it again? No.
Oh my gosh, like
hard and no.
All right, I'll answer this question real quick here. Like, I've never seen so many hockey cards in one place in my entire life. Out of all the card shows that I've been to in the last 2 years, okay, it was more hockey cards combined than all those other shows, guys. And I've been to a lot of shows, and it was literally more hockey cards than I've ever seen in my entire life. It was wild. It was like being in a different well, it was being a different country, but it was like being in a different world.
Yeah.
It's like I've seen things I would never seen these things before in my life, like pre-war hockey, vintage hockey, modern hockey, high end, low end, all sorts of stuff, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Just hockey memorabilia, hockey, just ketchup and mustard dispensers, everything.
Jerseys, hockey sticks. Like, I don't know. I'm not a fan of hockey. Okay.
We had hockey coming out of our ears. Yeah. There was so much hockey.
I'm not a fan of hockey. I don't know how it's played or anything like that, but it was cool. I mean, I gotta say, just seeing those different things was pretty cool. But man, more hockey than I've ever seen in my life. And when you know, after you take away the novelty of seeing something new, you realize suddenly, oh man, we did not prepare well for this show. We did not prepare well for that show at all.
And I don't know how many people remember SCTV and McKenzie Brothers, but all the Canadians ended all their sentences with A, and that was hilarious, man. Almost all of them, man. It was pretty funny.
Okay,
it was pretty funny.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that. Let's say how to.
It was cute, man. I enjoyed it. I liked it. Stephen Ryan, hey guys, good evening. I have a Southern accent, and I say y'all, so it's kind of like the y'all for Canadians. City by the Bay, yo. What's up, man? Sin City Cards, yo.
yo.
No, yo. Non-sport card dude. Hello, gentlemen. What's up, man? City by the Bay. Love the content. Keep it coming. Thank you, brother. Jordan again. Dang, you're glowing. Yes, he is.
I just had to take a shot.
Reflection.
I had to take a shot. That's what's happened.
Charles, good seeing you, man. PMG reflection on the face. Yes, it is, brother.
Okay, let's see here.
ACRC, awesome meeting you guys. Yes, it was. It was a pleasure seeing you and seeing all your non-sports cards, man. I've been looking them up all day today. Shonic77, hockey is life first Canadians. You are right about that 110%. Steven, welcome back to the USA, guys. Are you guys setting up this Friday at the Newport Showcase? I definitely am. Dan, are you?
Yeah, we'll be there.
Covered? Yes, we will be there.
We'll be there.
Adrian, Dan loved X Factor larger than life. Yes, you upgraded, right? Gave us the atomic.
My biggest score at the show.
Yeah, I have some of those. Dan has some of those. So we love our Star Wars Galaxy Chrome for sure. We sold some and we even bought some. Did you guys sell any of your 5 hockey card?
No, did not sell it.
No. Vintage Lord Canada. How was the reception to your McDavid PMG? Dan, yes, let's talk about that.
They were, people look at it a lot. I had a lot of people looking at it, taking pictures.
It was like the Mona Lisa of PMGs there, dude.
Definitely a lot of interest, but
luckily no one threw pie at it.
Yeah. I guess we can just kind of get into it right now. Like let's
do it.
The biggest thing that I noticed from there it was not a high-end crowd. Maybe that was our inventory, maybe that's where we were at, but our experience, it was just not a very high-end crowd. So a lot of people were looking at the McDavid, but nobody was like making any offer on it. I would have taken offers on it, and towards the end of the show, I probably would have deeply discounted it also. But
well, you didn't have it priced, right? You didn't have a tag on it. You did have a tag on it.
Yeah, on the first 2 days, I had a tag on it, and it was high. But I was just expecting people to negotiate with me, but they don't even negotiate up there.
Yeah, they don't.
So on the last day and a half, I took the price tag off, just trying to field offers, and nobody even made an offer on it. So it just kind of, my impression of it was just not a very high end crowd, and that's for me in my inventory where most of my cards are over $2,000. It was tough for sure to move any type of card. What about you? What's your experience?
Definitely. I think Canadians are like so nice. They, I guess maybe are a little intimidated. The Canadian viewers right now, if you're in there, can you explain why Canadians aren't as assertive with negotiating price? So we'd start discovering that on Friday and then halfway through Saturday. So by halfway through Saturday, we started having to tell the buyers, like, we will work a deal with you.
Okay.
Right, Dan?
So let's give a little context here. Okay. So I think I can speak for you when I say that here in America, where we do our shows, you price your cards, somebody comes up and the first thing they say is, what's your best price? What's your best price? Do you have any room on that? Here are the comps. Let's negotiate. You do the dance. You go back and forth, right? It happens every time. Nobody ever comes up and say, I'll pay your price and I'll buy that card right now, unless you have it severely underpriced, right? Everybody negotiates here. But in Canada, they don't negotiate at all. Like I mean, not to us anyways. They came up and they say, "Oh, that's the price." Okay. They might say like, "Do you have any room on that?" And then we typically say, "Well, yeah, let's make an offer." And then they just walk away. They say, "Let me think about it," and they walk away.
Yes, all the time. They did this. I've never seen anything like this before. They did that with you, me, and Jordan every single
it's
time.
Like the few cards that I did sell, they negotiated on that a little bit but for the most part, almost every interaction that I had there was no counter offer, there was no open offer, there's like nothing. It was like I don't know, maybe our cards were priced too high where it turned them off or anything like that.
And we did have everything, folks. We did have everything priced in Canadian dollars, not American. We're not going to be a bunch of American assholes and be, entitled. We're in their house. We're in Canadian house, so it's going to be Canadian dollars. FYI.
Yeah, I would say like at least 90% of my interactions with people up there was no negotiations, and it I even got desperate. Like towards like half of the end of the show, I was getting desperate. I was like,
right,
I was counter offering myself when I never do that. I was like, so they came up to me and they say, "Oh, what's you have any room on this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I could do this price." And then they're like, and then I say to myself, well, how about this price? And I give it to them again, and they're like, and then they just walk away, or they say, "Oh, let me think about it," and they walk away and they never come back.
Yeah, I had so many people that said they were going to go get a cola or go to the ATM, and they never came back.
Yeah. Oh man, so it was rough in terms of just, I don't know if it was a cultural thing or maybe
I think it is. I think it is.
I feel like maybe our cards are just not what they wanted. It's like,
well, that too, maybe.
Like there was high end hockey there. There was definitely high end cards there that I'm sure people spent money on. But I think for our cards,
but I went and spoke to those dealers too, and they weren't moving them.
Okay, yeah, we spoke to several people there, and a lot of people had the same experience where it was definitely people were trying to sell at the show, maybe trade, things like that. But for us, I think our cards are just so niche that they had never seen cards, pop culture cards or alternative cards before. And when you don't know what that market is, it's hard for you to value a card for a couple $1,000s. It looks like a novelty to you. You probably think it's a couple $100s instead. So I think that was definitely one of the problems that we had there, for sure. Another thing that I think really hurt us is we had a terrible location. Literally, guys, they put us in the kiddie section, and I will let Merlin talk about this because Merlin had to deal with this because he came there a day earlier than me, and he had to deal with all this drama. So I will defer to you, my friend. You have the floor to rant as much as you want.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to the day I never have to talk about this ever again either. So after guys, on last Wednesday night, all my wrestling fans, I went to AEW's Southern California show in Los Angeles. So I got to see the MJF promo Wednesday night. Now, luckily, that was live. So I got home at 8:00. I came back. I packed. I got ready to take the pretty much the super late red eye to Toronto. First, it was Salt Lake City. We'll lay over there. So I got there early afternoon in Toronto. I was ready. I was so excited. Checked in my hotel. I was ready for the VIP preview night. I was like, you know what? I'm early. I took a shower. I was a little hungry, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to go check in. They had a food court there. So I was going to, get everything going, grab some food there, and then start setting up, and everything was going to be amazing. Well, I went and got there, and no one knew where my table was or anything. No one knew what help me, or nobody really knew who could help me. It was kind of a race. Everybody kind of seemed lost. I was like, well, who can help me? And nobody's like, well, and like 5 or 6 people, kept coming by me like, okay, everybody kept pointing fingers at other people. Then finally, this woman pointed to this man who came and helped me, and they sent me to my table, and they were like, where's the table? And I was like, and I saw Dan's nameplate that said The Great Curator, and it was just laying on the floor. And I looked up, and there was 10 of these cases. I was like, these cases were like this size and wafer thin, like as thin as my pinky right here. Seriously, they could not fit Dan slab mags. They would not fit shut. These were like these magnetic things, and they would probably hold a PSA slab at best. You could not stack, and they would probably hold about maybe 20 PSA slabs at best, and that's it. And you would need a good fingernail to open them up. And they were so light, if you opened them up, they would probably like flip up. And they were so light, and for us to have 4 to 5 figured cards in those, someone could easily just grab that and whisk it away. You'd have $50,000 to $75,000 worth of cards. That's kind of scary. There's just a whisk it, and I'm like, this is unacceptable. Where is the cases that you're charging us $75 to $100 for? This is not a $75, per case rental here. Not that we're used to for Dallas and all the other shows. Where's our big ass cases? And I know Dan's bringing boxes. He's bringing slab mags. People, we're bringing like 5-figured cards here. I know Dan and Jordan were too. This is not acceptable. We need real cases. And you know what they told me? They're like, well, we ran out of those cases, and this was all that was left.
They ran out, guys. We had paid for these cases, and they ran out, and they just thought it would be okay to give us these little kitty cases. And what did the guy say to you when you told him that we had graded card?
Well, no, I didn't say that. I demonstrated like they would not fit. So I pulled out some of my expensive 5-figured cards with the slab mags to show him they would not fit in the cases. And when I started to put them in there, he looked at me and go, "Oh, you're bringing graded cards. I thought you had raw cards only." Because he's like, you can stack the raw cards.
They thought
all we have is graded cards.
They were surprised that we brought graded cards to the show to sell, guys.
And then he goes, "Well, this is the first timer section."
They put us in the first timer section, like for like people who don't know what they're doing, or people who are selling like non-cards and stuff like that, like the beginners. They put us in that section there. They didn't even hang up our sign, guys. It was like laying on the floor.
Yes, it was on the floor, and I was like, and they were really being really nice about it, but they were just little naive of how to approach me about this stuff. And I was like, I have had no sleep. I'm really hangry right now. I've had no food. This is the last thing I really want to hear from you all right now, and I'm really dealing this. I'm really biting my tongue right now. Yeah. So we got to fix this. We have to fix this before Jordan and Dan get here tomorrow, please.
And the location was all the way in the back of the back corner of the convention center. So
the only thing left after this table was the concession tables in the bathroom.
Yeah. So you'd have to walk the entire floor to get to us. And I think we were overlooked because of that part. But what really shocked me is the fact that they just didn't have the cases for us. And I had to put a message on Instagram and ask people to borrow cases, which is, just you shouldn't have to do that at a professionally run show. But I had to do that. And thank God for the nice Canadian people that follow us, the curator army that we have out in Canada, because I got like 3 or 4 messages of people willing to let me borrow their cases for the weekend. This really awesome gentleman. His name is Rick, Instagram Garage 16. He came in, he saved the day. He gave us 2 gigantic cases that fit all our cards.
That held 75 graded cards.
Yeah. He drove there, dropped it off for us. Even gave me a ride to the back of the building to drop it off. So thank you, Rick. I hope you're watching this. Thank you so much. But all the other curator army members out there, who stepped up to try to help us. Thank God for that. But really, like, you should not have to do that at a show, especially when you pay for cases, right?
Right.
So
And instead of like enjoying my preview night, this is what I was dealing with all Thursday night.
yeah, so that
So I
was
didn't get to
really
enjoy it.
that was really disappointing. I just thought it was maybe not organized, not very professional. We worked it out though. On the second day that I arrived, we worked it out. I basically begged the guy to take some cases off other people's tables, and he did that. He did acknowledge that it wouldn't work for us, and to his credit, he did pull 2 more cases. So we got all the cases that we paid for, but we had to like really twist some arms to get that done. But we worked it out. Okay. So the case situation did settle itself, but the location just was it was terrible for us.
It was. And I just don't think people had money. A lot of dealers even wanted our cards. Then they came back, they won several of my cards. And at the end of the weekend, they just said they weren't making any money either.
Yeah.
They weren't selling their hockey cards.
Yeah. So the crowd there was from my experience, I would say the crowd was very local in terms of, just a lot of people going there for fun, for the weekend, things like that. They weren't really motivated to do a lot of deals. And, we can talk about this too. Like, when you're at a show, sometimes the shows don't go as planned, right? Sometimes you don't sell. And what I like to do is I try to change up my strategy. And if I'm at a show and it's not a selling show, I try to turn it into a buying show where I buy cards or I trade for cards. But even then, it was very difficult because, like 90% of the cards that came to our table were hockey. And, that stuff would just not move for me back home. So I couldn't really do too many deals. Nobody really wanted to trade anything. I didn't get any really good trade offers except for one, which I did a deal where I picked up this Wolverine 1990 hologram. It's kind of hard to see, but I picked this up in a cash trade deal. That was like and I did get a trade deal where I picked up this Luca, which was probably the biggest card that I picked up.
Gorgeous.
But other than that, I didn't really get like the amount of volume of trade offers that I usually get.
Yeah, I was hoping to buy more too. If it wasn't going to be a selling weekend, I was hoping to have a buying weekend, like you said, Dan.
Yeah, but for us, it was just hard to buy when most of it was hockey, and a lot of like I saw a lot of cards that were being graded by different grading companies. There, they have different grading companies in Canada, which is very interesting to me. So people are bringing me a lot of those type of slabs, but I'm just not like, I'm not ready to put the same premium on those because they were comparing them to like PSA slabs in terms of cost and stuff. And I just wasn't prepared to put that type of premium on those things. So it was difficult to buy. It was difficult to trade and things like that. Difficult to negotiate with everybody up there. And then the last thing I'll well, this is not going to be the last thing, but the other major thing that I'll complain about is the trade night or lack of trade night there.
So that was another thing because, Dan's expertise is definitely at trade night. He's like, well, when you can't win on the floor at the show, then go to trade night and do some tenderizing at trade night, right, Dan?
Trade night is where I do my best deals, guys.
You do.
Yeah, I'm a trade night ninja when it comes to doing deals. And it was Thursday.
I'm going to make you a jacket that says that for you, Dan.
It was Friday night. We didn't get anything. So Saturday night, I was ready to go. I was ready. I was telling you, Merlin, I was like, okay, we're going to go into trade night Saturday night. The show has not been great for us, but we can salvage it. I was trying to pump you up, right? You and Jordan, I was trying to pump you guys up saying, okay, we're going to go to trade night. We're going to be out there till 2-3 a.m. We're going to cut deals left and right. Okay. Are you guys ready to do this? And you're getting yourselves hyped up. You were pumped.
Yeah.
We went
and the guys who sponsored it were hanging out on my table for the rest of the afternoon. And they were hyping it up and pumping me up, saying it was going to be going on till midnight.
Yeah. So we went out to dinner. We got a good dinner. We got all our stuff ready to go, and we went to the trade night around like 8:30 ish, maybe 9ish. And when we get there,
close to 9. Yeah.
When we get there, there's like 30 people there, which is not a bad amount. You know,
It's
maybe
a
less
big
than
it's
that.
a big space. It's a gorgeous
Yeah,
venue. It's
it
near
looked
right
empty.
next to the
It looked empty. And
they had
then
a DJ. They were giving
yeah.
out raffles and everything.
So we get in there and it was like, okay, it's a little bit less people than I thought, but okay, whatever. You go get drinks for us, right? You go get a couple beers and some water. And like 10 minutes later, by the time you get back, we set our cards on the table where we start having a conversation for about like 10 minutes. And then they make an announcement, or 10, 15 minutes or so. And then they make an announcement saying, okay, guys, thanks for coming to trade night. We're ending it at 9:30. And I was like, what? What is going on here? Trade night is ending at 9:30. Where's everybody going? And I was so disappointed when that happened. That was really like the knockout punch for me. That was like the kick in the balls that just made me quit. At that point, I went back to the hotel. I felt so defeated because I was so ready to do deals.
Yep.
And we were supposed to go do a live that night. And I told you, I said, Merlin, I can't do it. I'm not up to it. I'm gonna be all crabby and negative. I just don't want people to see.
And you were
like
already
that.
sneezing, coughing, and
yeah. I thought I had COVID,
and I was freaking out.
Yeah, I thought I had COVID too. I was but it was allergy, guys. It was my allergy.
Thank God.
But man, that was like the knockout punch for me. And then after that, I was pretty much done of that. What was your experience?
Yeah, the same. I meant, Friday I actually, did pretty well for like a Friday. And like the highest end card I sold that day, I sold like a J-Lo auto for like $1,000. Like most of my cards I sold on Friday were from other Americans. So most of my money was American cash. So I couldn't wait for Saturday. It's like I heard Saturday was going to be packed. Remember I told you it's going to be elbow to elbow. And then then the Discover was because the last show they had was back in November, because that's the one that Jeff Wilson from Sports Card Investor was at.
Yeah.
And that was right after they let everybody out from Canada after the pandemic. Whereas for us back in Los Angeles, it was back in the spring. And that's why all the shows were doing well in Southern California was right after spring. But for the Canadians, it was back in the fall. So it's a whole different world. 6 months later, wasn't the case. And on Saturday, it just seemed like on Friday, it seemed there was more people there who were just more professionals there, who had some money, were there, who wanted to get there and not go there on Saturday when all the novice got there, the beginners. Saturday, it just seemed like families who just wanted to window shop, didn't want to spend money. And that's exactly what happened. Nobody spent any money on Saturday. And then Sunday, it seemed like some people came in from like out of town, from Montreal, elsewhere. And again, they spent cards that were in like the $100 to $200 range, like my wrestling cards, my Star Wars Galaxy stuff, and some other stuff. But again, they were in there in the lower tier range, nothing high end.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, maybe my expectations were really not fair going into that, but I thought that show was like, they say it's like the Canadian National basically. And in terms of size, yeah, it was huge. But in terms of activity that you get, no, not really, And I had just come back from Dallas too, a couple weeks before, so I just had very high expectations going at it. And you know what's so funny? I was so confident about my inventory going in there. I had like the McDavid PMG. I had Bret Hart, Owen Hart autos. I had great cards that I was bringing there.
Right.
I thought for sure I would move. And the things that sold the best. You know what sold the best for me?
For you, what was that?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Wars.
Star Wars and your slab mags.
My slab mags. Thank God for slab mags. Slab mags helped sponsor the trip a little bit, so they gave me some mags to sell out there for them. So thank God, because that was like the only thing I was selling every day. But other than that, my Star Wars cards I was selling, which was actually really cool, because there's some people in the chat here that bought Star Wars cards, and I'll highlight your guys' comments in a bit. But I must have had like 5 people come up to me that had never bought Star Wars cards before, and they saw it, and I was able to sell them some low end stuff, right? Like $20 or whatever. But I was able to sell them cards and help kind of start them off on that path to build their collection and send them down that rabbit hole. So I thought that was super cool.
That's true, because the same for me. But again, all my $100 to $200 range Star Wars stuff got bought out on Friday, so I didn't have any left for the rest of the weekend. You did.
Yeah. So that's the only thing I really sold. I sold like a vintage Jackie Robinson card. And
that was a good one.
That's really it, guys. And slab mags and Star Wars cards. So thank God for that. But one thing I'll say too, I don't want to sound like the trip was terrible. You know, in terms of sales, it was terrible. But in terms of experience, we met a lot of really cool people.
Oh my God, cool yes, so many.
Yeah.
We met some other great, YouTube people. I met Ben Carlos. I know you met some other people. Yeah. We had so many people came that watch our show that brought us, cool gifts and everything. So thank you.
A couple guys that I'll highlight. Of course, Rick. He's the one who gave us the display cases to borrow. Yeah. So thank God for him. The guys at Morrison Trading Company, I think that's the name of their business. They're out of Calgary. Those guys are really cool. They support the channel. This little kid, I hope he's watching. His name is Mason. I accidentally called him Milton on our video, but his name is Mason. Mason, little kid, like 12 years old, but he was super like cool, and he's a big fan of the channel. So I got to meet him and his parents, and that was really fun. So I'm glad that I had the experience to meet a lot of our followers who support us out in Canada.
Yeah,
so that was really cool.
Grant brought us some, PSA 9 political cards. So that was cool too. Yeah, thank you, Grant.
People were giving us gifts. Oh, let me just
and ACRC, who had the pleasure of sharing the non-sports music cards. Yeah, I've been messaging each other on IG. So many different people. So this, and again, Ben Carlos brought me a great, cool wrestling card. You show it right here.
And I'll show this off. My new friend Tim. I think he goes by Javon Carter Collector or something like that on Instagram.
Behind the door here.
He gave me this ring.
I don't think it's so heavy too, dude. That feels like a real ring.
Yeah, this dude.
How many carats is that?
This dude loves Javon Carter so much that he made these custom rings, and he gave me one. So that was really cool.
Who's Javon Carter?
I don't know. He's a basketball player for some team. I don't know who he is.
Okay.
But he made this and he gave that to me. So that was cool. So everybody out there was really nice. I enjoyed the company out there. It was good. It was good networking. We saw a couple familiar faces of people that we usually see at the shows down here. So that was kind of cool.
On day one, when I was walking the floor, the first time I walked the floor, people started screaming at me, a bunch of dealers, and started chasing me down. And I thought they were screaming Merlin because it started with an M, or just, getting my name wrong, because a lot of times people get my name wrong too all the time. They never get my name right. They call me Mervin, Marvin, Marvel. I've heard it all. And this time I kept hearing Marty.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, do they ever get my name right on Between Two Slabs? Like, come on. And I was like, what? I was like, man, they're like, are you Marty St. Louis? And I'm like, who the hell is that? This is a new one on me. And I was like, obviously that's a hockey player. They're like, oh, are you Marty? And I'm like, do I sound like I'm a Marty St. Louis? And apparently I looked it up. I'll take it as a compliment. He's a pretty good looking guy. He's the coach for Montreal Canadiens. So I'll take it. But we have the same, size, and I guess looking we're about the same age. So I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah. So I tried to get a lot of perks off of it, but it just didn't work. Try to get more cases for us, but
I know, right? So that was funny. People mistook you for a hockey player.
Yeah, the hockey coach.
And then another thing I'll talk about, which really impacted, how I felt during that weekend, was I was really worried that I couldn't get back into the country, into the United States, because we have to take a COVID test before we fly back home, and that was like hanging over my head the whole trip. I was so nervous.
I know. And you were just getting worse and worse by the night on Saturday.
I had allergies. I was like,
you and I were rooming together, and I started having nightmares that this was going to end up like a planes, trains, and automobiles story here going on. And I had a nightmare that we were stuck in a hotel room for a week, and then we couldn't find a plane, and they told us we're going to have to, cross the border and we're going to rent a car and go back to LA. And I was like, oh, hell no. I woke up at 6 a.m. and called an Uber and made the Uber take me to the drive-through for the test. And then I came back and I paid the Uber like $20 extra to take Dan back there. And Dan was like, please go with me.
Yeah,
and,
I was already making plans. I was looking for a Canadian coyote to smuggle us across the border in case we tested positives, because I was not gonna stay in Toronto one more day after that show. But luckily, when we got our test back and it was negative, I was like, okay, sigh of relief, right? But that really stressed me out a lot at the show too. So yeah, guys. So that was our experience. Will we ever go back to the Toronto Expo? Honestly, probably not. Just because I don't think it's the right show for us with the type of inventory that we carry, and because it's so far. Oh my God, the flight out there. My flight was delayed 2 hours coming back too.
So, it was? But you still got there before me, man. You still got home before me. You're so lucky.
So the flight out there was tough. It was long. Just the logistics of getting out there and the experience, it was just tough, guys. But overall, I will say that part of this year for us, we talked about this too, Merlin. Part of this year is us exploring all these different shows. Not every show is going to be great like Dallas. There's going to be some shows where we just suck. There's going to be some shows where we do great, but it's all part of the experience that we're trying to do this year. And we film content around that and we get to meet different people. So, I'm not going to say that I'm sorry that I went, but it was definitely a different experience than what I was expecting.
Yeah. We try to see silver linings and everything. And then definitely the silver lining for this was to get to meet everybody there and fans and making new fans and new friends and the dealers and just the people there in general was the biggest silver lining ever.
Yeah. And I'll say this too, like hanging out with you and Jordan, we made the most of it.
We laughed our asses off. It became just comedy gold for all three of us.
We had some good laughs there because we were drinking and eating and just making jokes about, like, we were just making fun of ourselves because we were having such a terrible sales experience, but we had some good laughs there. So that was cool, just hanging out. And that's a big part of what we do too, is just like we're just like the boys hanging out. We're going on these road trips together, hanging out. So that was a cool experience. And we just, I'll just add it to my list of all the shows that I gone to this year. Try to learn from the experience and go to the next one.
Yep.
So
that's so true.
Yeah. So with that, let's get to some of these comments here. Okay. We want to make sure we acknowledge everybody.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Now, Romeo, let's be honest here. Were the sales in Toronto better than the shows in the States? No.
Oh, we didn't know.
No. Dryden, I picked up the larger-than-life atomic and surveyed by the Dark Lord from you at the show, staring at him right now.
Yeah, so awesome. This is pretty cool. Dryden, this is another guy that I sent him down that Star Wars rabbit hole. And whenever I can start off people's collections and get them to buy things that they don't usually collect and they enjoy it, I get real self-satisfaction from that. So I really love whenever I can have a transaction like that. So thank you for that, Dryden. Appreciate it.
Okay. Mer World Cards Canada is where you are selling in US dollars or Canadian dollars. Trust me, we're not going to go to Canada and sell in US dollars. That is rude. We're in your house. Mer World Cards Canada. We are a laid back bunch and we'll pay tag prices if we like it. I can see that. Adam Herman. Hey guys, nice meeting you. I have your Biden Harris cards. Thank you, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Romeo, Canadians have less disposable income. No disrespect, but it is what it is statistically. I totally understand, and I could totally see that.
Mm-hmm.
Dryden, I did get you down $200 off a sticker.
Yeah, he
Dryden.
He tenderized me a bit, but I was desperate, Dryden. I was desperate to make a deal. Yeah. So thank you for that, Dryden. You definitely helped me out.
Appreciate you could have tenderized a lot of us that weekend. Yeah. For sure, dude. Jordan, I've never had so many I'll be backs in my life. Never saw so many those people again. When I was told them I was open offers, they ran out of the building.
Yeah,
I mean, having all three of us, I've never seen so much people confident of them going to buy our cards and saying they were going to go to ATM and go get a drink real quick and be right back to get our cards and hold them, that they were going to be back and never come back.
yeah, yeah.
They had us fooled. Spurs super fan. That's why they are the nicest people in the world. They avoid potential confrontation at all costs. I can see that.
Yeah,
Full of
yeah,
empty promises. Lots
yeah,
of empty promises the weekend.
yeah.
Dryden, we were all trying to sell for sure. Pop culture isn't big here. Star Wars is growing. But I sold also a lot of the $100 to $200 range of music cards. I did very well with the music cards in the $100 to $200 range. Vintage Lord Canada. I got to go get some poutine as a Canadian tactic to get out of the possible deal. Oh, really? Okay.
You know,
That's code. I got you.
That's a regret that I have, Merlin, that we didn't get any poutine when we were there. Like, why did we not order poutine? It's like,
I don't know. We never did.
We totally forgot. I didn't even see it on the menu at.
Were they even selling it at the food court? Because that's the only chance we could get some.
Like maybe it's like a fast food thing. I don't know. Any Canadians, let us know, because we went to, like, when we went out to eat, there was no poutine on the menu at all at any of the restaurants that we went to. So I kind of regret not having that. I think it's like, have you ever had poutine before? I think it's like fries and gravy and cheese curds or something.
No, I have poutine all the time. There's a few restaurants here in Los Angeles, definitely
really?
upscale. That's, you order poutine. It's so freaking good. Like oxtail poutine. Have you ever been, or you've heard of Animal up in Hollywood? The restaurant Animal?
No.
I thought you would. Oh, it's so good, man. It's one of my favorite staples there at that restaurant.
All right.
Got to try it out.
At some point, I'll have to get some poutine.
Go to Animal and have the poutine, oxtail poutine.
Yeah.
Shrine. So when are you coming back to Toronto? If I go to Toronto, I'm going to go with my girlfriend and friends, and we're going to go enjoy it. We're going to have the Fisherman's Lobster. We're going to go have some dim sum, and we're going to enjoy just the city and have a real vacation, not for cards.
Oh yeah, like I'll definitely go back there to visit as a tourist, but as far as a card show,
no,
especially the way that it was organized. No offense to those people, but it was just a bad experience for us. So probably not again.
Right here, let's see here. Spurs superfan, that MJF promo is sick. Yes, it was, dude. But he's getting a lot of heat, especially with the network and executives. So let's see what happens tomorrow night.
I at first I was thinking that was like a shoot promo, but then I saw some video footage. Yeah, I saw some video footage from like far away where you can look at him, like the way that he directs himself.
And that's where I was sitting.
Yeah, so like it seemed like he knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
So
and I work in TV and everything, and so I know when something's a work. The way all the cameras and everything, and the markings and everything, the blocking.
Yeah, but man, that guy is on a different level right now. So I'm very interested to see what he does next.
Yeah, I think Tony Khan just told him, like, write the script and go for it. And I think they worked for it and just said, let me know when you start just cussing up a storm, and then we'll bleep it at the end. Steven, I love those gentlemen. I actually managed to work a lovely trade with Merlin. Thanks, Steven, man. Yes, you did, brother. Thanks for hanging out at my table. It was lovely to meet you, brother. And that Captain Phasma, I can't wait to get it graded, man. Joel Garza, GC, I want a Prism WWE Legendary Signatures Mojo 25 PSA 10 Pop 1. Woo! For $380 raw, or selling for $308. What would be a good price point on this still?
Hard to say because I don't know the card, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, who's the wrestler?
Bret Hart. He says.
Oh, it's Bret Hart. Okay.
Yeah, I would just say at the minimum, price it based on your cost basis. So price it based on what you need to make out of it, 25%, 50%, whatever, up to 2x on it. I think would be reasonable, but just do the research to see comparables or like comparables. And I make a whole bunch of videos about that. So if you have any questions, you can message me on Instagram about that.
Gotcha. Kevo, sorry you guys had a mixed up experience, but yeah, your location was definitely away from the action in the middle and the front of the show. Oh yeah. Thank you.
Sure. I don't know if I highlighted this one or not.
Steven again. I love those gentlemen. Yeah, you did already.
Okay.
Adrian, kitty section. Yes, it was. It was called My First. Literally, the promoters, the managers there. I mean, they were really nice. Trust me. I don't want to like throw them totally under the bus. But they said you're in the first timer section.
Yeah.
Craving cards. They were tenderizing you. Yeah, the promoters were. That's for sure.
We let a lot of people tenderize us on the weekend, but
Dan, and the promoters said they ended up giving us 8 full display cases, but count it. Look in the video. They only gave us 6 display cases.
Is it 6?
There's 6, and then our buddy gave us the other 2, the large ones.
Yeah.
So don't make sure we're not charged for 8. We should be charged for 6.
Okay, I'll check that out. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough when like not that we expect them to know who we are, because
I didn't even want to use that card either. That's just so rude. You know what I mean?
Like we're just tiny little. We have a little YouTube channel that people follow, so it's not like these guys know who we are or anything like that. But I mean, we do have expensive cards. You know what I mean?
But it was kind of funny while all this drama was happening on Thursday, that I was really surprised and like thankful and humbled without me even having to go, like sound like so LA, you know who I am. But I swear, I can understand with you, Dan, but with me, I never thought in a million years people would recognize me in Canada, especially on Thursday. But literally 20 people came to me on Thursday night while I'm dealing with this crap. They went, Merlin, man, we love your show. Where's your other half? Where's Dan? When's he getting here? And I think that kind of little help things too. Like those guys were like, oh man, who are these people? And I didn't say anything. I just let it alone. It's a setback.
Yeah. I was very excited to meet all our Canadian supporters up there. So that was really cool. But
so thank y'all guys for coming Thursday. And I'm sorry that I was in like kind of a deer in headlights kind of look. But thank you guys for coming up to me. It really meant a lot.
Yeah. But just to finish up my point there, I was just saying, like, we have a small but very loyal fan base, so I don't expect them to like acknowledge
exactly
that,
especially in Canada.
But when we have like over 6 figures worth of cards that we're bringing up there, we need to have the proper display cases for those cards. Just so like if it was almost very disrespectful when they gave us those tiny cases and they were like surprised that we had graded cards and they thought,
and there was actually 3 of us, not just Dan and I, but also Jordan.
Yeah. So that was just not a great start to the show. But it worked itself out, thankfully.
Thankfully, yes.
Uh-huh.
But if we had just gotten there on Friday, I don't know what would have happened.
Mm-hmm.
We would not have had those display cases. Jordan, White, how was the weather? Toronto's beautiful, and I say it was really hot there, believe it or not. It was in the 70s. And Iran, I didn't like your location either. I thought they did you dirty, but thank God I was able to see your table before I left. Yeah, thank you so much for coming over. Merlin Cards Canada, I heard the crowd was good, up from the last one in November, but the dealers I know all said the same, just not making the sales compared to last. That's true. It wasn't just us, guys. It wasn't just us.
Yeah. So that's the overall feel at the show. And sometimes that happens, sometimes that happens. There's, we went to, that happened to us in like Atlanta and Houston. So sometimes just shows the crowd there is not, ready to make a lot of deals. Sometimes they just kind of want to look around and have fun and things like that. So you never know. That's another thing. Like there was no way for us to ever anticipate anything like that.
No,
we have to just kind of go and find out.
Yeah, we said we were going to do this. It was a trial and error, and it was trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
CC, sorry to hear about your bad experience at the Toronto show. Was also meeting both of you though. Yeah, I mean, this is the plus, guys. It was great meeting you all. Nothing, can match that.
Yeah.
That's priceless.
That was really what saved the show for me.
Yes.
or kept my energy up, was meeting so many people from Canada for the first time and shaking their hands and taking pictures with them and looking at their collection. So that part was just like the best. And that's what kept my spirit up. So thank you for everybody that stopped by our table. Even if you didn't do deals with us or whatever, thank you for just like taking a minute out of your day to stop by our table, because that definitely kept us up. Because if we didn't have people visiting us, we would have just sat there with our arms crossed, and it would have been very depressing.
I think I would have had a nervous breakdown. Yeah, you definitely lifted our spirits, guys. Thank you so much. Marvel God 239. Hey, Jen, sorry I'm late. Is Merlin still sad, Pele? No, I'm happy now. I'm back home, man. Look at me. We're laughing about it now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Thanks, Kent. Kevo, yeah, Mer World. The November show is one of the better ones that everyone typically goes to. And like I said, it was like people were out. People were excited. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a great show, but we just won't be there. I don't think so.
And that's the beginning of hockey season pretty much too. Blade, Daniel, are you saying Dallas is better than Toronto? Everyone says this. Anything's better than Toronto. Even Toronto on its probably best day is not as good as Dallas on its bad day.
For sure.
Beskar, what's up, guys? You guys watching the Golden Block that ended last night? This is the way. What happened?
I was
details. I didn't get to watch.
I was paying attention to some of it. Just like I don't know what he's talking about specifically, but there were some interesting auctions in there for sure.
I was sleeping and watching my rerun of 90 Day Fiance. I just needed to decompress from cards for a while. Steven, Merlin, I'm glad we worked the trade for the Captain Phasma Refractor Auto 5. It was a pleasure working with you. Yeah, Steven, thanks for bringing them out. Thanks for, coming hang out with me on Saturday. You definitely, cheered me up and made my day. Thank you so much, brother. Paul, you guys were in a horrible location. We know, man.
Thank you. Like,
we can't quit laughing about it.
You guys notice, like, all the Canadian people that came and met us, they are affirming everything that we're telling you guys. So it's not like we just made this stuff up. This really happened to us, And you guys, I don't know. I got to put together my vlog, which will probably go out next week. Oh, by the way, quick plug. After this show at 8:00 Pacific time, I'm dropping my Star Wars Celebration vlog. So check that out.
Yay!
So major deals going down there. But the Toronto vlog will probably drop sometime Monday or something like that.
Oh my God. I can't wait to when you said?
Monday, I'm thinking, unless I get it out sooner, but probably Monday.
Oh, it's gonna be painful to edit, I bet.
Yeah.
Philly Joe might have been that a lot of people didn't know you guys. Oh no, a lot of people knew us, Philly Joe. You'd be surprised. I told you I was shocked. On Thursday, when it was dead, 20 people came up to me recognizing me. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, so
I was shocked.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you one guy that didn't. I didn't tell you the story, but one guy.
Oh, you didn't tell me a story?
Yeah, one guy didn't recognize me, and he got a little bit rude with me. So there's in the convention hall, there was this big setup of this guy who makes display cases. I don't want to plug him. I don't want to say the name of his company. But he had a big section of display cases, and he was displaying all sorts of stuff, right? So I'm walking around with my camera. I'm trying to take footage for my vlog, and I'm filming, the things that he has on display for the world to see. And he must have not been. He's the owner of this company, I think, and he must have not been. He must not be a part of the hobby because he doesn't know what's going on. He ran out of his booth and said, "Who are you?" and stuck his face right in my face. Like I was like videotaping his stuff and like
he got mad at you for videotaping his stuff.
He's like, why are you filming my stuff? Are you gonna, what's going on here? Who are you? And I was like, oh, my name's Daniel. I have this vlog and he's like, oh, okay. And he let me do it. And so he must have never seen content creators at a show before because he was very at first he was very upset. And then
was he older?
Yeah, he was an older guy. And then I think he thought I was like stealing his trade secrets for his display cases, something like that. But I thought that was really weird. So that's one guy that didn't recognize me for sure. Okay, let's get back to these comments here. Okay. Oh, here's my buddy Mason. This is Mason.
Hey Mason. Oh, Mason's here. Hey Dan and Merlin.
It's Mason I'm gonna give you
from Milton. Thanks for the shout out. You guys rock. Don't worry, Milton. Everybody thought I was Marty, so it's okay.
So Mason is this 12-year-old kid in Toronto, and he was just super cool. I met him and his mom and his dad. Super cool guy. He's got like a heavy dude. He's 12 years old, but he's got like a $20,000 hockey collection, and he walks around. So it's amazing
So
how
nice.
how he's able to accumulate that. And he told me that he was able to like build it up by flipping cards and things like that. So that's amazing. So I really enjoyed meeting Mason for sure. And I gave him
Yes.
a couple Star Wars cards to start off his collection. So send him down that path. But I'm looking forward to seeing what you do in the future, Mason. So keep it up.
Yeah, Mason's 12 going on 25.
I know, right?
Forest Moon Collectibles. Hello, gents. Greetings from Australia. It's great to be watching you guys again. Thank you, man. We got to go to Australia for a card show sometime, man.
We met pigs there.
Yeah, we did. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Martin St. Louis is an Olympic gold medalist and Stanley Cup championship, whilst only being 5'8". Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. Merwell Cards, Jakarta, Indonesia. The original is back. Happy to be here. Thank you, brother. I love the Merle World Jakarta logo. Jordan, thanks, guys. Yes, that was fun. Laughing is better than crying. I think we did both. I did for sure. Merle Card Jakarta, Indonesia. Curator Merle, are you two loading up on The Fiend? He is back in the WWE. Not yet, though. When's it going to happen? No, he's not yet. He didn't debut yesterday, and he didn't debut at Hell in the Cell. So we don't know, but there's rumors he's coming back. Turbo Funk. How was UFC in Canada? Canadians love UFC. People brought it to our table.
Yeah,
they brought it to our table.
A couple UFC guys, but I would say it wasn't a big presence there. All hockey, a little bit of basketball, a little bit of vintage baseball, modern baseball, some football too. I mean, there was a little bit of everything. But it was dominated by hockey for sure.
Oh, ACRC. He had, I think it was him that had the rainbow. Who's the UFC guy that is in trouble right now, going to hearing for beating up the pedophile guy?
Cain Velasquez.
Yes, he's got the rainbow of that guy. Yeah. He brought it to my table. That was pretty cool.
Interesting to see.
Mike, any pop culture cards in Canada that you've never seen here in the U.S.? Just the stuff that ACRC brought to me, which is pretty cool. You know, the Madonna stuff and the Tom Cruise and the Arnold Schwarzenegger, which are all like Panini cards. Carlos, poutine is more of a Quebec thing. Yeah, because it's French. Because, you know, poutine is French for gravy. Papa Jim, hello, guys. Hope all is well with you both. Thank you.
Oh, Brad's in the house.
Yo, man. God is great. Brad, what's up, man? God is great, brother.
If you guys don't know Wake and Break sports cards, go check him out, man.
Brad, looks like you've been having a time in Hawaii, man. Wish I was with you, brother.
He's the happiest man in the hobby, so go give him a follow on Instagram if you can. He always has some great posts.
You look like you were having fun in that dinosaur outfit. Merworld Cards Canada. I am the original Merworld International. I have the pics to prove it. Yes, you are. Oh, wow, we're gonna have a fight for the international in Indonesia.
Yeah,
I'm challenging you to the match at Hell in the Cell. We're gonna have to wait till next year or Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
Collect 3D. What's up? Is Ivan right?
Yeah, this is Ivan. He makes the inserts, guys.
Omar's brother.
He makes the inserts for the Slab Mag. So if you guys want him, go hit him up on Instagram.
I got a few of yours already, Ivan. CC, you know, it was bad when I saw Merlin having KFC Thursday night. Great meeting you. And it was cold. He's like, do you mind cold? I'm like, dude, I'm from North Carolina. I'm a redneck. We'll eat fried chicken anyway. You can get it.
To shut you up because you were complaining so much, they gave you KFC, right?
I was like, dude, I'm a redneck. We'll eat cold KFC anyway. We don't care.
Yes.
With a biscuit. Bernard Lee, great curator. Did you end up selling that Kawhi? Oh, good story. Great question. Great question. The Kawhi Raptors 1/1 card. Did you end up selling that Kawhi Raptors 1/1 card, Dan?
I did. And let me just kind of tell you guys the backstory about this card. So I had a gentleman who gave me that card. He lives here in California. He gave me that card, asked me to take it to Toronto for him for consignment. And I said, I looked at the card and it looks like a regular little insert to me. I mean, I don't do a lot of that modern basketball stuff. So I just looked at it. I'm like, who's going to want this, right? It's Kawhi Leonard holding a MVP trophy. It's 1/1. Yeah, it's special, but like, you know, who's going to want it, right? So I was like, okay.
Right.
it's probably worth like $500, maybe $1,000, whatever. I told the guy, and he's like, no, I think it's worth more than that. And I said, okay, just tell me your price. Tell me your price. I'll put it up there. I didn't think I was going to sell it. I posted it on Instagram as just a preview. And within like an hour, I got like 15 offers on it. And
Damn.
I was really surprised. And I ended up selling it to a guy who was trying to complete the rainbow, and he had the other 2 one-of-ones in that set. So he completed the entire Kawhi Leonard MVP rainbow. It was like 20 cards. It was pretty cool. So I was happy, and he lives in Canada too. So I was happy to bring that card to him and put it in the right hands. So that was really cool. And to answer your question, it sold for $2,500.
Oh, wow, great.
Yeah, so I was totally wrong on that one. I thought it was like $1,000 card at most, but it went for $2,500.
Good job, man.
Yeah.
Especially with everything going on that weekend. Charles, Las Vegas Card Show, October 6th. Let's get some tables. Yeah, that's right, sure. Charles. That's is that the Las Vegas Card Show?
Yeah, the big one. We'll be there. We'll be there for sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Oh, Brian Basketball's in the house here.
Brian, well, sorry about the trip up north. 100. Well, at least you can say you went.
Yeah.
And Brian, are you going to be in Dallas next month, brother? This is the breaks. Take a vacation to a Colorado show. Are they any good? Are they worth the trip?
There is a Colorado show that we might have to check out if we can fit it into our schedule, but the schedule's almost pretty much planned up for the rest of the year. So we'll have to see if we want to make adjustments for that. But the next couple shows we're going to go to is going to be Newport Showcase this weekend. Next weekend it's going to be Chicago. Then a couple weeks off. Then we go to Dallas, and then we go to the National. And the National is like up in the air right now for me. We'll talk about that a little bit.
Ditto.
So that's what's going on. And then the following month is going to be Burbank, which is the big show of that month, and Collector Con,
right?
Which we may or may not go to.
Like, yeah, because Burbank's just like 20 minutes down the street from me. Vintage Card Collector, what percentage of the show would you estimate was hockey? 90. Dan says 90. I'd say 95%. It was like almost all of it.
It was everywhere.
And that's an understatement. Well, you don't understand until you see it. And lots of memorabilia, too. Lots of hockey memorabilia and autographs. Mer World Cards Canada, the organizers cater to the returnees for sure. They're and take care of them and their friendships before any newcomers.
Okay. Understandable.
Yeah.
I can see that. That's fine.
But they want to make sure that this newcomer, though, never wanted to come back.
Yeah. We're not going back. It's funny. Like on the night before the last day, we got an email saying sign up for a November show, and I was just like,
oh, and they came to our table too, asking us if we wanted to pay for the next show.
Yeah, I'm like, and
no. Jordan just rolled his eyes. Yeah. You should have seen him. John, great seeing you both. They should really call this show the Canada Hockey Expo. I agree. High-end cards just weren't moving. No, they weren't.
Yep.
New Jersey Card Collector, heading to the National for my first card show. Wife and I look forward to meeting you guys. But, that's very convenient for you because you are in New Jersey already. There is no direct flights from LAX to Atlantic City. Forest Moon Collectibles. Was Star Wars big at the show, guys? It seems to be exploding right now, and I'm happy to say that lots of people are hitting me up for the vintage Star Wars lately. Well, that's what Dan and I were saying. Like anything like $200 and less, all sold off our tables for the Star Wars. That was it. Nothing after that. I think one of my refractors sold for like 250 Canadian dollars.
Yeah.
But all the higher end stuff was not moving. But Mike, who was selling boxes, he had 3.5 cases.
The boxes were selling.
He had 3.5 cases there, and he sold out. And I think there were $650 Canadian dollars there, which is equivalent, I think, to about $520.
Something like that.
518 to be exact. So $520 is rounded off. And he sold them all.
I probably would have bought some boxes. I just couldn't carry it home. I couldn't carry anything home, but otherwise I would have bought some boxes out there too, for sure.
Johnny, a little off topic, but any thoughts on the eBay vault? I need to research that. I just saw it, pop up yesterday. Dan,
I've got some
thoughts about it?
Yeah, I've got some strong opinions about this, guys. So It's like okay, so we are in the age this is the year of the marketplace.
Okay.
So many different places to buy cards off of eBay, and all these places they have their own vaults. Golden, okay, marketplace has its vault. PWC marketplace has its
Yes,
vault.
PWCC, right?
eBay marketplace vaults, and all these other
Right.
places. I think Alt has a vault.
ComC has a
Comfy,
vault.
all so it's like every place. There's just so many options, and I was actually thinking about this today. Like I need to, I was trying to keep up with all these different auction sites because sometimes you can find some really good deals here and there, but man, it is just too much. It's too much, and it becomes almost like an addiction where you're bidding every night on something on eBay, on Golden, on PWCC, on Alt. They all end on different days, and it was just getting to be like a little bit like a problem for me. So I kind of had to cut myself off from some of these auction sites.
Okay.
But my thoughts on the vault here is I feel like we are trying, like these companies, they're trying to streamline the collecting experience to the point where it becomes very transactional, right? Where we can do everything on our phone, we can do everything within a couple clicks of a button in terms of moving cards from here to sending them off, selling them, buying them, things like that. And I can understand the efficiency behind it, like how convenient it is. And the more convenient you make something, the more people will use it, right? That's why, like, if you ever go to like amusement parks like Disneyland, everything's so easy. Like, you have a little touch band where you just touch it and you spend money. You don't even think about it because it detaches us from what we're actually doing. And I think that's what's happening in the hobby right now, where the process is becoming so streamlined where we don't even have our cards in our hands anymore, right? They want to take the whole process away where all we do are just buy, sell, trade cards or whatever. And I don't, for me, that doesn't necessarily appeal to me because everything I buy, I want to have it in my hand. I don't want anybody else to hold it because I want to be able to enjoy it.
Okay.
For what it is, which is a collectible card. I want to have it in my hands, and when I'm ready to go, let it go. I will send it off. But so that's why the vault thing doesn't appeal to me. I mean, I understand the safety and security and insurance that comes with it and stuff like that, but I just don't. I don't think that is necessarily appealing to me as a hobbyist, as a collector, where I don't even get to see or touch my cards or show it off or take pictures on Instagram or anything like that. So that's just kind of my thoughts on it. For some people, they don't care about that stuff and they're very transactional. So it's perfect for those people. But I think that they're underestimating that a lot of people still want to have the card in their hand and enjoy it, and before they they do something with it. So that's my thoughts on that.
Mason, how much are y'all's t-shirts?
When I will get the merch store up pretty soon, guys, and the t-shirts will be, they'll be whatever they sell for. I think like whatever the retail is, $25 or something US, whatever it is. I gotta make a whole website. I got the design set up, but I gotta make a website, and then you guys can buy t-shirts. So that will be up soon, I promise.
A NorCal Emperor, what's up, gentlemen? Glad y'all are home safe. Thank you so much. World Cards Canada, any issues with customs bringing the high dollar cards back and forth across? Not at all, man. They didn't even let me speak. They're like, what are you here for? I was like, and they're like, what's in your suitcase? Clothes. Yeah. Okay, bye.
Yeah,
that was it.
They asked me, did you bring any, did you buy any merchandise? And I'm like, no, it was all mine. And then they just said, go. So it was.
I didn't get that question. They just asked me what was my suitcase, and I said clothes, and that was it. Yeah. Give me a one sentence recap. Missed the past hour.
Go ahead.
No one buying, and people were really nice.
Yes.
Feed the gods. Are you gentlemen going to the Del Mar show in October? Probably. Yeah, those guys are great. They have great setup. And with the word of mouth, everybody doing well, we'll definitely go back. Those are great guys, and I'll do anything to give them their support. What's the story of that amazing looking frame behind you of the Marvel cards, Dan?
Oh, so this is a complete set. I've talked about this before, but this is a complete 1992 Marvel Masterpiece card set that I had custom framed, where each card is inside in there with the custom mat and everything like that. So that's what that is. I got it done at Hobby Lobby, but I will say this. Not all framers are equal in skill. So don't just think that you can go
That's
there
so true.
and give your valuable cards or prints to them, and they're going to take care of it. You have to ask them questions. You have to show them what they're dealing with so that they understand the value and the delicate nature of these cards. And you really have to tell them specifically how you want things to be laid out. Otherwise, they could screw your stuff up. So just be mindful of that.
Yes, heed his advice. That is so true.
Let's see here.
NorCal, y'all should have gone to the San Jose Guildhouse show instead. Oh my God, don't rub it in.
Brian
SLI
Brian will never let us.
He's not
Brian will never
down.
let us live it down. He's never going to let us live it down.
He had an amazing turnout. Where the sports? We heard all about it already. Yes, regrets, man. Grass is greener. FOMO, big time. FOMO, but lesson learned. Lesson learned. Scarface, what's up, dudes? Got here late.
Yes. I'm reading this comment by Brad here.
Wake and Break Sports. Dan, Merlin, y'all making a move to bid on the LeBron logo, man. I put in $5. Let's coordinate so we don't bid against each other.
I'll bid it up to $1 million. I'll shill it up to $1 million, you know, for them. Help them out. Just kidding, guys. Don't freak out. I don't want to see any response videos to that comment. It's a joke. Calm down.
Right before I got on the show here, Ivan's brother, Omar, you know, he's Retro Hoops Collectibles. He just posted a video about the logo, man, which was pretty interesting. So watch it.
Let's talk about that for a second. Okay, so I made a post about this. I think there's like controversy brewing about what this card would sell for. And some people are saying it's being hyped up too much. Some people are saying it should not be valued at whatever they value it in comparison to like a Honus Wagner card or things like that.
So true.
And here's my thoughts on this. Okay. I made a post about this on Instagram, but I'll share it with you guys anyways. I'll elaborate on it a little bit more. I think with cards like this, they're more of an event than anything, right?
Yes.
Like when they debut the card, everybody starts chasing it. When they pull the card, they make a big celebration about it. When they sell the card, they hype it up. And when the card gets sold to whoever buys it, there'll be another, you know, there'll be hype around that, and that will be a whole event. And you know, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, and I think that people shouldn't try to rationalize the value of that card. That card, for everybody in this chat room, I'm pretty sure that card is not on our level. There's nobody that's going to bid on it in this chat room.
Right? I think all 130 of you and the two of us combined could not afford that card.
So we shouldn't try to like rationalize it, because what people try to, I saw some arguments there saying that, you know, it should not be worth more than a Honus Wagner, or, you know, when the card debuted, there was a $500,000 bounty on it. So what takes it from 500,000 to 3 million or whatever, right? And I think that we're just trying to rationalize these things too much, guys. We gotta remember, it's a card, okay? It's a card, and it outside of our collector community, it really holds no value. Nobody outside of our collector community would pay that money. They would rather buy a $3 million apartment complex versus a card, right?
Yes. So the person who's going to buy that, or the set of people, don't care about that money.
You can't rationalize it.
It doesn't mean anything to them.
Yeah, you can't rationalize it and try to justify how much you spend on it. It's a collectible, and collectibles are valuable to the people that collect it. That's it. You know, like, I'll give you guys another example, like Funko Pops here, right? You know, some people will pay hundreds of dollars for Funko Pop, but most people in this room wouldn't even pay $10 for this, you know? Or
I'm not into Funko Pops.
Yeah, or you could say anything about like classic cars versus modern day sports cars, or comic books, or antique books, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Everything is only valuable to the people that are into that collectible. So we can't rationalize how much that card is going to be sold for, and there shouldn't be like people fighting about like whatever, making arguments about it. Just enjoy the ride. It's going to be a shit show. It's going to be a spectacle. Ken Golden is going to be on every TV show promoting it and bringing attention to the hobby, because that's what he does. And you know, whoever buys that card, they probably have too much money to spend anyway, so they get it, right? So just enjoy the show. It is what it is. Let's just enjoy it for the attention that it brings to the hobby, and just appreciate that. That's all.
So when does the auction begin on this logo, man?
I think it's already live, and I think it goes for like a month or something like that.
Oh, it goes for a whole month. The
Yeah.
auction does. Well, that's a long time.
Yeah, but whatever it sells for, it's not really worth that much. If it sells for $1 million or $5 million or $10 million, it's not really worth that much to anybody else except for the person that buys it or the two people that bid it up to try to get it, guys.
Regardless, it's going to be ridiculous.
They're cards. They are collectible cards. It's probably like $10 worth of material that goes into that production, and the value of that card and the value of a lot of cards, I'll say this too, is built around the story that is involved with it, the hype, the chase, and the hype around, attaining that collectible. That's how we value a lot of things. And other than that, there's no way that you can say, well, based on these factors or these comparables or anything, the card should be worth this much. Don't overthink it, guys. It's a hobby, and we should just enjoy it for what it is. Whoever gets that card will be very happy with it, regardless.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Collect 3D with PSA dropping price to $30 for value. Will you be sending the bulk for grading? And if you have the patience to wait for a year.
I probably won't. I hold a very slim inventory of like 100 cards, so I'm not the type of guy that sends things for bulk grading.
Yeah, I mean, here goes grading junk cards again.
Yeah.
Josh Packham, do you think Drake ends up buying it? Somebody like that.
Yeah.
It could be a celebrity or a high corporate group.
Yeah, I would love to see LeBron buy that card,
You're right.
I would love to see him do that. But who knows? It's going to be just like only a handful of people have the means and the desire to buy that card. So it will be very interesting to see. I would almost love to see them put it in like a live auction and just watch people bid on it. that would be a huge spectacle. Check this out. Ricky, appreciate the donation, Ricky. Thank you so much.
Good job. Thank you.
Corrado kicked the great curator in the balls.
Keep the content coming. Kicked us all in the balls and elsewhere.
Yeah, for sure. I got a real Canadian, ass kicking out there for sure. But it's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good. We made it home.
Thank you, sir. May have another. Thank you, sir. May have another.
But I appreciate that, Ricky. Thank you so much. Hey, that puts me over the break-even point, getting that $10. Thank you, Ricky.
The break-even club.
You put me over. Okay.
Was there anyone else selling Marvel at the show?
A little bit.
I'm sure, a little, but we kind of, hidden underneath all the hockey cards.
Yeah, I did see some more. I saw a lot of old 90s stuff. I did see a couple PMGs out there. It wasn't a huge presence, but I did see that. I saw, I would say I saw more Star Wars cards than I saw Marvel, which was interesting. But yeah, so that's what we had out there.
Pig 76. We project on cards a perceived value. I had lots of fun making a deal with you, Merlin. Really excited to see how it goes. Thank you, man.
Yes, appreciate it.
I'll put it all together next week.
Yes.
Hopefully. I'm still editing my Star Wars stuff because I did a lot of interviews and everything.
Okay, so I think we caught up to most of the comments here.
No, we missed a few here.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see here. I'll highlight TV Crypto here.
I think we were all about to see a junk slab era again.
Yeah, we're already
there. That's the last thing we need. And you already, talked about that too, Dan.
Yeah,
we should crush them all up and put them in an Arizona desert next to the ET Atari cartridges.
Yeah, let me just highlight this. TV Crypto, don't get upset if we don't highlight your comments, dude. Yeah. There's over 130 comments in here. We don't get to them all, okay? But we try to get to the ones that are that we can, okay? So appreciate that. Okay, so there's that. Let's talk about this weekend, Newport. Okay, so thank God we have another show coming up here because it allows us to basically shake off Toronto and try to redeem ourselves. So we'll see how Newport ends up. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we have so many in Southern California, so I won't hold my breath, but we've got so many friends that will be down there with us. So I'll be very happy to see everybody. They always cheer me up, and we have a lot of good laughs and share a lot of good stories together. So we have a good, fraternity down there.
Yeah, so it's a 2-day show. So this
Yeah,
year,
but it's
this
weird.
time
It's
it's 2 days
Friday
show.
and Saturday
Yeah, and a
because
trade
it's
night,
in a church.
and a trade night too.
It's on Wednesday.
No, that's a different. That's Average
Oh,
Joe's, but then they have the actual sponsored trade night at Thursday, and then Friday, I think also.
so trade nights on Thursday at the
Yeah,
same venue or where?
I don't know. I saw some ad about it, but we'll check that out. But yeah, so hopefully we can bounce back and can see all our local friends at this show. And then next week is going to be Chicago. So I'm actually very excited about that because I love the city of Chicago. So we'll go and check that out.
So yeah, I was going to ask you, like, why do we choose Chicago show over the other one, where I know Scott and I think Brian says now he's going to go to the one in Indiana now over us, the Monster
I never
one
even
or
heard of
whatever
it.
it is.
I didn't even hear about it until like last week, but somebody else told me about the Chicago show last time that they went. They said it was really good. Stefan, my school hunter.
No, I
So that's
believe you.
why, yeah, that's why we're going out there.
So yeah, bring some Chicago cards, and also Milwaukee is just over the lake there an hour, so bring Milwaukee cards too.
Yeah, and I saw people at the Chicago show last time, and it looked pretty good. But we never know. We just have to go out there and experience it and see and hope for the best. It's like when I go out to these card show guys, I'm just like hoping for the best. That I hope I can break even. I hope I can make a big sale. But you never know.
Break even. Have you checked our table and make sure it isn't like behind the bathrooms this time again?
I don't know.
In the kitty section. Please make sure it's not in the kitty section. Double check.
I'm a little bit worried about that also, but we'll talk about that off. We'll talk about that off the live. Okay. We'll see. Oh, let me highlight Ben here.
Hey Ben, dude, Ben, thank you so much for the card, brother. Hiroshi Tanakashi.
Thank you, Ben. We appreciate
it. Yeah, gotta say his name correctly. Thank you. It was a pleasure seeing you. I love your content. I miss your content, brother. You had some of the best stuff. You were a great editor, man. Coming from another editor, I adored your content, man. So hope I can see some stuff in the future. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah, for sure. It was a great meeting you, Ben, out there for sure. Okay, so anything else you want to talk about before we wrap this up?
No, man. I'm just glad to have a little week already. Had already like tore off all the plastic seals off my slabs already, and already putting American dollar price tags on them for Friday's show. Like I said, the show this weekend is Friday and Saturday, not on Sunday. Mm-hmm. And then Dan and I leave a week from this Thursday to go to the Chicago. What's it called? Chicago Sports Expo?
Sports Spectacular.
Sports Spectacular.
Yeah.
But we'll be bringing pretty much the same cards. Hope you're going to bring your same hockey cards again to Chicago, I guess. Try to get rid of them there, your PMGs.
Well, Connor McDavid got knocked out of the playoffs, so I don't know.
Oh,
that was a gamble.
Oh, you did get kicked in the balls, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dave.
So we'll see what happens out there, bro.
That hurts, brother.
Let's not go down that path, guys.
Okay.
All right. So I guess we'll just go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you guys for everybody who's joining us. We had a lot of people in the chat tonight, so that was really cool.
We did, man. It was a good turnout, folks.
Check out my my Star Wars celebration vlog, which I'm going to be dropping at 8:00 in about half an hour. So check that out, guys. If you haven't, please subscribe to my channel, but especially subscribe to Merlin's channel. We need to get this man to 1,000 because he keeps making these Britney Spears wig videos. I can't stand it anymore. So please subscribe to his channel. Get that man up.
Yeah, so my mom also have a Star Wars one too. I have a special one that's going to be different from Dan's. And we are also going to be having our second episode with DAP Sports coming up soon. That's at the Star Wars celebration. Plus, we'll be posting probably within a week, the third episode of Break Even Club that we did Dan and I did Toronto, because we didn't do the live stream for Between Two Slabs live in Toronto, but we will have a recorded Break Even Club live from Toronto as well coming up. So please make sure you subscribe to both our channels and hit the bell button so you can see those videos that I just mentioned. Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of fun content coming out for you guys. We're busting our butts to try to keep things going to entertain you guys. So hopefully everybody can appreciate that. Parting words I'll say today, guys, just have fun in the hobby. Be nice to each other, support each other. Let's just keep this place a positive place, because this is an escape from the world. The world's a messed up place.
It is.
So let's
crazy right now, and we do this because it escapes and it's fun.
Let's keep our hobby a positive, safe place where we can just enjoy our time together, guys. So that's my parting words.
So
That's been on my mind lately.
Yeah, I mean, if everybody knows that came into our table this weekend at Canada, we love this and we love hanging out with you, and it means more than just making money.
Yeah, for sure. We're just trying to break even, guys. All right. So guys, we'll see you at the next time.
Bye, guys. We'll see y'all next week.